Kakadosh Boker Tov. We're going to be starting Siman Kuf Samech Chet Sivav, which is all the Berachot of Pataba Bekisnin, because it's obviously something very, very important, whether it's we were speaking about, whether it's going to be for wraps, for pizza, for different types of burekas, for different types of Yerushalmi kugels, and all the other things also. So this is actually Berachot which occur every single day. And then what happens is that we have to know what exactly is the bracha, and what happens if a person is going to be kovea seuda, or he's going to have enough of it, enough of an amount, what exactly would be the halacha with regarding that as well. So we'll start as follows. Maran says in Siman Kuf Samechet Sif Vav, Pataba Bekisnin, right, which is going to be a Mezonot type of a bread. You're going to make Mezonot, and afterwards Beracha Me'en Shalosh, which is Al Michya. And if you ate a shiur that other people are regilim likvoa alav, that means if you're going to eat a measure, a size of the bread, which is going to be that other people usually have a seuda on it, even though he's not going to be satiated and savea mimenu, you're still going to make a motzei mikat hamazon. So therefore, which means that it doesn't have to do with you. It has to do with everybody in general. The fact that the other people are going to come and have a meal from it. That's it, which we'll speak about how much is that. So there's going to be differences obviously between Sfaradim and Ashkenazim. What happens if at the beginning you wanted to eat a little bit, a small amount? So you made the beracha borei minei mezonot, and then afterwards you ate a shiur which other people are going to be kovea seuda. You're going to make birkat hamazon, even though you didn't make hamotzi. Which here Maran is bringing us a chidush, which comes out that hamotzi and birkat hamazon are not talui by each other, which means that they do not depend upon each other. Remember that on a piece of bread, even the smallest size of bread, you would make hamotzi. That has nothing to do with the birkat hamazon. If you come and you take a small little tiny piece of bread, I say, Ra, I want to eat bread. Okay, what bracha? Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. You eat it. Do you say birkat hamazon? No. You eat a small amount. If you don't eat a kazait, you do not say birkat hamazon. That's with any food. There's no food that for no amount, for the smallest amount, you need either a kazait for a solid, which is going to be 28 grams, or a revi'it for a liquid. The revi'it is going to be, right, we're talking about 86 cc, 86 milliliters, right, for a revi'it. That's going to be for a liquid. So therefore, the birkat hamazon and the motzi have nothing to do with each other. Here, I'm going now the other way around. The other way around means you started with a mezonot. You came, you made mezonot. You took, let's say, for example, a croissant, right? You took a mezonot bagel, you took whatever it is, and you made a mezonot. And all of a sudden you come and you decide to eat and to eat and to eat. So now you have to make birkat hamazon. Why? Because you ate an amount which the people would come and they would have a meal. So we're going to speak about the 216 grams. So therefore you would make birkat hamazon. Now he says, V'im, right? V'im achal shiur she'achrim en kovim alav, af al pi shehu koveh alav, eno mevarech al haborei minei mezonot, u'beracha acham en shalosh. Tebatla dato etzel kol adam. Maran comes and he says something incredible. He says, what happens if you're going to have a shiur which people are not kovea seuda on it? Let's say we're going to pretend that the shiur is 160 grams, right? You're going to eat 160 grams. I purposely chose 160 because it's less than shalosh kabetzim, which is going to be 162. So I purposely came and I said 160 grams. Now you're going to say, how much is 160 grams? We will learn, right, in a few, probably in the next few shiurim, that there's going to be a machloket Sfaradim and Ashkenazim with regards to do we add or combine the other foods with it. So for example, you have a mezonot bread, right? That's mezonot according to everybody. We don't want to get into the machlokot. A mezonot bread, 100%, it's sweet, so it tastes sweet. It's going to be majority of other liquids, which is the juices. So therefore, for sure, it's going to be mezonot even for Ashkenazim, for Sfaradim, 100% mezonot bread. There's no question about it. It's much like a brioche, something very yellowish and very, everyone knows. Okay, chazak u'ruch. I take that and I make a good sandwich. Now, I'm going to have one of these pastrami sandwiches that they have in New York, right? Well, you have this amount of pastrami, right, and this amount of bread. So therefore, I'm going to have tons. Now, if you're going to come and you're going to put on a scale, it's going to be, I don't know how many 100 grams, right? It's going to be a ton of it. But in bread, in weight of bread, you don't have a lot. Say you have how much is 2 slices of bread? Right? You don't have that much. Now, according to Sfaradim, we only go by the weight of the bread. We do not go by the weight of what's added in. That is the psak, because the Magen Avraham, which Ashkenazim actually go by, as brought on Mishabura, they combine everything. Which means they're going to put the whole sandwich on the scale. They're going to tell me, how much does it weigh? and that's what they're going to tell you. But, however, though, the Rav Chida is the first one that argues on that. The Rav Chida and the Birkei Yosef comes and he argues on the Magen Avraham, and he says that we don't combine everything. And after the Rav Chida came all the Sfaradim, whether we're talking about the Ben Ish Chai, the Kaf HaChaim, Rav Ben Zion Bar Shaul, Rav Ovadia Yosef, everybody just went, they argued right on that psak of the Mishnah Berurah and the Magen Avraham, and therefore we only take into consideration the bread. So here it comes out that if you're going to have 160 grams, let's go back to the case, you ate less than a Kviyut Seudah. He says, but you are Kovea Seudah, which means that's what you're having for lunch. You're not having anything else. You're taking this pastrami sandwich and this is what you're having. Says Maran, we do not care that you're going to call this a meal. I don't care that you're calling this your supper, your lunch, your dinner. It doesn't matter. Why? He says, if you're going to shiur shacharim en kovim alav, if you're going to eat a shiur which other people are not kovea seudah, even though you're kovea seudah, you'd only make mezonot and merachacha mein shalosh. Why? Batla dato etzel kol adam. We will see later on that there's a shitav d'Ashkenazim, which is based upon the Gaon and others in the Mishnah Berurah, that if you're having a meal, so then it automatically becomes a motzi. So for example, this is your lunch, this is your supper, this is what automatically becomes a motzi. However, the Shitat Maran is that there's going to be shiur of Kviyut Seudah, which is going to be either 3 or 4 beitzim, we'll learn later on, which is going to be that you have to have a certain amount of measurement in order to be Kovea Seudah.